Hello, I'm Evan Minton, and today I'm going to be showing you how to navigate CerebralFaith.net. So, CerebralFaith.net is the website where all of my things are my blog posts, my podcasts, my YouTube videos. Some people have had trouble navigating the website in the past. I've gotten messages on the Cerebral Faith Facebook page asking, well, how do I find this? How do I find this? Do you have any material on this subject? And I'm like, well, you would know I would have material on this subject if you just went to this page here. Apparently, since I switched to WordPress, it's not quite as intuitive and easy to navigate as it was when it was on Blogspot. So this video, I'm going to show you how to navigate that. Now, if you want to read blog posts, you would you go to the home page, you scroll down here, and right here you see the blog. So click the blog, and here you will see all of the most recent blog posts from most recent to oldest. And you can see down here, there are page numbers. And if you click next, then you'll go to the next page and you'll see more blog posts that are older. And click next, and you'll see more blog posts that are even older than that. Click next, and you continue to see more old. Eventually, you go all the way to the final page, and you see some of the very first blog posts I ever wrote way back in 2012. Now, if you are looking for articles on a specific subject, say the Kalam cosmological argument, or the fine-tuning argument, or the resurrection of Jesus, Arminianism and Calvinism, now you would go to the blog page. Again, let me show you from the home page. You would go to blog, and then go to this green bar up here that says click here to see blog post categories. You click on that, and here you can see a list of categories of blog articles. They are categorized by subject matter. So see, here we have arguments for God's existence, the evidence for Jesus' resurrection, the historical Jesus, creation and evolution, responses to atheist arguments, soteriology, Molinism, eschatology, a blog series I did on logical fallacies, the doctrine of the Trinity, etc. Now, if you want to see, maybe you want to look at arguments, maybe you want to look at blog posts about the Kalam cosmological argument. Well, you would click on arguments for God's existence, and here you see more categories. These are like sub categories. You see Kalam cosmological argument, fine-tuning argument, the cosmic version, the local version, the moral argument, the ontological argument, etc., etc. But you may want to look at blog posts on the Kalam. So you would click the Kalam cosmological argument. You can click either the picture or the label, this or this, and it'll take you to this page where from most recent to oldest, I have my blog posts about the Kalam cosmological argument. And there's about 3 pages of these articles, going all the way back to the very first article I wrote, which was just a basic defense. And by the way, depending on how much time you have to read, each one has a little coffee cup icon, and it gives you the approximate time of how long it takes to read each article. Some of them are long, some of them are short, some of them are, kind of not, some of them are very long, some of them are very short, and some of them are somewhere in between. But depending on how much time you have to read, maybe you don't have time to read a 46-minute article, so you put it on the back burner. But then you think, oh, maybe this one looks like it'll only take 16 minutes, so I'll click on this one. I'll go to that other one later because I've got stuff to do. And then you read this article. This one is called Eternal Universe Models Going for the Philosophical Jugular, where I basically show that all eternal universe models fall prey to the arguments against actual infinites. Now, if you wanted to go to a different article for a different set of arguments, articles for an argument for God's existence, say the fine-tuning argument, you would click on the fine-tuning argument. Same goes for the moral argument. Want blog posts on the moral argument? Well, you click that, and it takes you here to this list of articles from oldest to youngest. If you wanted to read one of those articles, you just click on it, and it'll take you to this page where all the texts are. This is a Q&A article. Someone emailed a question to me, and I responded to it. It's very similar to William Lane Craig's question of the week in terms of format. So if you wanted to go to, but there are other categories here. If you go back to the blog categories page, which is accessed from here, say you want articles on creation and evolution. Again, you have several subcategories. Let's say you wanted to go really in depth. Well, I have a series of essays. They are essays. They're too long to be considered blog posts. They're more like academic papers. Like you see this one here, Genesis 1, functional creation, temple inauguration, and anti-pagan polemics. That's 91 minutes. Genesis 2 and 3, Adam and Eve as archetypes, priests in the Garden of Eden in the fall, 65 minutes. These are not your garden variety blog posts. They are essays. But I also have blog posts on Genesis 1, like this 6-minute article here, this 31-minute article. Chester asks about Q&A. Chester asks about John Walton's functional creation view, and so on. And then there was that time where William Lane Craig responded to my criticisms of his criticisms of John Walton, and so I wrote a criticism of his criticism of my criticism of Walton's criticism, which was really awesome, and it was really great to have that interaction. Now, let's say so basically you get the principle. You get the principle. If you want to navigate the blog, first you go to CerebralFaith.net, the homepage. Then you click on the blog, and if you just want to browse random articles, you just browse these pages right here. But if you want articles on some specific topic, click on the green bar up here that says click here to see blog post categories, and then you have your subsections here. Maybe click on Molinism. You have my blog post on Molinism. Click on arguments for God's existence, and then you have subsections of the subsections, and then you have the list of articles on that particular argument. But if you don't, let's say you want to listen to the Cerebral Faith podcast. Now, the Cerebral Faith podcast can be listened to from a variety of places: Stitcher, Podbean, iTunes, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts. There's probably a few others. Anchor.fm, which is where I upload them, and then it just shows up in all of these other places automatically. But there's also a podcast player on the website, and here it is, the podcast. This is very simple. You just click there. You have an introduction to what the podcast is about, and there you have it, the audio podcast. 134 episodes so far, and you just scroll down. Now, if you want to use the podcast player and you want to play the episodes consecutively, unfortunately, like if you play 133, it's not going to go to 134. It's going to go to the one below that, 132. So if you want to watch them in chronological order, release order, you have to manually do that. So it might be better to listen to it someplace like Spotify or iTunes, where the player doesn't play the episodes backwards. But if you just want to listen to one, they're all here, and you click on it, and it'll play.
Did you know that you
play
can
the
be a
little intro to worry about ceremonial and cleanness when you handle, and it'll play that. So very simple. That's easier. Probably didn't even need to show you that, unlike the blog section. Now, I also have all of my YouTube videos embedded on this website. there's a link to the Cerebral Faith YouTube channel in case people want to watch them on the channel. And I have 307 subscribers. By the way, like the video and subscribe. So you can go there. But again, they are all categorized here. So you want to see videos on the Kalam cosmological argument? There you go. They take a second before all the thumbnails are loaded, but if you wanted to play one straight from the website, you'd click that.
The world of YouTube.
And then you
Evan
can
Minton here, bringing you a Christian apologetics video.
Bring it in
You
the
may
full
have
screen.
heard
Fine-tuning argument. Click on that. Same thing. They're all there. You can click. I've got to do something about that placeholder video there from Elementor. You click on it, and then you can bring it to full screen. And yeah, very nice. Ontological argument. Here are all of my videos on that. There's an introductory video, and here's a couple of videos defending premise 1 against attacks. My live stream videos are also on here, as they are also YouTube videos. So my Hell series. So here on the page there are 2 sections. You have the Problem of Hell series, Cerebral Faith Live. These are all the live streams that you can watch
to know whether or not you fall short of God's glory. Of course, these are not the.
And yeah, you can do that. And then there's what happened? There's a second section here. Other videos about hell. These are videos that are not part of this series, but are still about hell. And there's the debate that I moderated between Chris Date of Rethinking Hell and Caleb Jackson between, is annihilationism true? Is universalism true? And there's this video I uploaded and made
This channel. I discussed the evidence for the interpretation of hell as the final annihilation.
And you read that, or watch that rather. Now, some of these pages don't have any links to them because I haven't made any videos about them yet. So the argument from beauty, these are things I plan on doing in the future, but because there's no video to put there, if you try to click on it, it's not going to take you anywhere. So don't think there's something wrong with the website. It's just there's no content yet, but there will be, just not yet. They're on the channel YouTube video wise. And so oh yeah, there's 3 other, these are like the 3 main pages, but there's 3 other ones. If you want to see all of the essays that aren't just like regular blog posts, you would go here where I have these rather long essays that you might want to like make sure you have some time to sit down and read them, like my Primeval History series, why the problem of evil is a failed argument for atheism, and the soteriological case for Molinism, which I think I'm on the verge of retracting, because not Molinism, but just Molinism as a soteriological view. I'm kind of leaning towards what David Paulman used to hold, which was just straight up Arminianism, but with a Molinist view of divine providence and free will. But soteriologically, no different from, say, maybe a John Wesley or Jacob Arminius. I know there's different flavors of Arminianism. Case for mere Molinism. A couple of papers I did on my eschatological views. Case for the preterist reading of Matthew 24. So you would click on that PDF icon if you want to like read. And all of these long ones are available for download. So if you click here, it should take you to a Dropbox page in case you didn't want to read it on the website for whatever reason. Of course, you can always bookmark the page. But I thought it might be nice if you wanted to download it. Then there's this page called My Debates. These are debates, not the ones I moderated, but the ones I participated in. Going all the way back to 2015, does man have free will? And you could see from this one, You see how old it is? Because it's before I grew the beard. If it will load. It doesn't seem to want to load. This one's probably my favorite one of the ones I did on the resurrection.
Hello, we're live. My name is Richard Bushy, and this is the Bear.
You can see
since this is in 1 Corinthians 15.
We were talking about this, and I said that in order for libertarianism to
hush, the most recent one is the one I did on David Paulman's about the Kalam cosmological argument. You can watch them all here. These are usually haven't done too many public debates, but there are a few, and they're available on this website. Now here is where you can support me on Patreon. If you click that, it'll take you off the website, take you to the Patreon page, and there you can choose a pledge if you'd like to support me, because creating all this content is not cheap. I have to pay for several services and things. It's not like it back in the day when I blogged and Blogger was free and the only thing I had to do was pay for the books I used for research. Now I have to pay for things like story blocks and, a web host and all sorts, it's all sorts of different things. So that is, oh yeah, there's a few pages up here as well that you should know about. This is just the home button. If you hit it from home, it'll just basically do the functional equivalent of refreshing the page. If you click on this, it'll just tell you what Cerebral Faith is all about. And it'll, give you some prompts to explore the blog, start reading, listen to the podcasts, or watch the videos, and things of that sort. And here is where you can read a little bit about me and how, a very truncated explanation of how I became a Christian and how I got into apologetics. And then there's a list of my theological beliefs, all of the essentials that are needed to make someone an Orthodox Christian. So these are just basically copy pastes of the 4 ecumenical creeds. And then there's my non-essential beliefs. I'm an evolutionary creationist. I affirm Arminian soteriology, Molinism, partial preterism, etc. And here's the contact page, in case you ever wanted to contact me. And here's I said there are 3 reasons, and then I only listed 2. I must have either forgotten what the 3rd reason was or decided not to post it. But yeah, there's I have my email there just in case this email form doesn't work. And I've tested this out very humorously. I put Mr. Krabs, Krabs at krusty.com, and the subject money. I love money very much. How do I overcome the sin of greed is something that I did in order to see if it was working properly back when I first installed this. There's a donate button over here on the blog page. So if you didn't want to become a patron and pay money to help support me every month, but you just wanted to be a one-time thing, that is an option as well. But you can only get the donate button on the blog page, and it'll send money to my PayPal account. But that's pretty much the entire, that's pretty much how to navigate the Cerebral Faith website. I really hope this video was very helpful and informative, and I hope that visiting cerebralfaith.net here on out will be a much easier experience for you. And if you are a non-Christian, I hope the content I put out on this website convinces you to become a Christian and convinces you that Christianity is rational, that it's true, that it isn't just some weird, irrational belief created by some Bronze Age goat herders, as the new atheists like to say. And if you're a Christian, I hope that it will help you answer some of your theological questions, your Bible questions. I hope it will help you to have a more confident faith, and give you some answers for when you are witnessing to a skeptical audience. And again, if you like the video, like and subscribe. And turn on notifications so you'll know whenever I have new content out. Peace out, God bless, and keep using the brains that God gave you.